before you do HRT or Ozempic or other injectables, any of that stuff, I want you to think about whether you're making one or all of these mistakes, because you do deserve to know. You deserve to understand that menopause symptoms may not be your fault, but they are your responsibility. And that's a bit of tough talk, maybe. I don't know how that's going to land on you, but I get it. And I've been there. I'm on the other side of perimenopause, menopause, whatever. I guess I am a post-menopausal woman. And I'm excited. I'm now excited. I'm out of the mud. I'm out of the dirt. I'm 25 pounds down now. And I'm spilling all of it. Like, I'm spilling the stuff that is going to matter as you move through this period. And even if you're postmenopausal as well, these are things that they're not a secret. But most people aren't doing them. Most women aren't doing them. And a lot of it has to do with the mindset. A lot of it has to do with past trauma. Maybe it has to do with things we're afraid of. It has to do with lack of discipline, all this kind of stuff. But this whole idea of like, it's not my fault, and, you know, I can't control it, and I just need to fall back in quick fix type solutions. Now, don't hate me for talking like this about HRT. Please don't, okay? Maybe I'll end up going on it. I don't know. But the biggest piece of advice or tip or support I can give you, and I'm going to share these 3 mistakes in a second, but the biggest tip and support I can give you is to please, 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 please master the fundamentals first, okay? And one of those fundamental things is your mind. It's your mindset. It's your discipline. It's your willingness to let go of past shit so that you can move on and do the things that you need to do, which are not easy. No one's saying it's easy, okay? But it is your responsibility to figure the F out, okay? Now, I'm putting this all into my book. So if you would like to be on the VIP list for my book, and even me saying that, I get this like swell of a little bit of fear coming out, because I am opening up a can of whoop ass on all this stuff. Not all the stuff, but a lot of things that I'm sharing in the book are things that I've never really talked about, that I've never told anybody. And I'm a little scared, not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. And who the F am I to write a book? Okay, I sent the book to somebody who I'm close to, and the first words out of her mouth were, there's too much I. There's too much I this, I that. And I'm like, okay. I'm sharing my experience in the book. You'll have to wait to read the book to see the lessons that I'm sharing in the book. Anywho, okay, let's get to these 3 things. So just say VIP on there if you're at all interested. Whatever. I'm not writing it like for sales or anything. I'm writing it for impact. Like, I want it to help women in midlife, because I feel so strongly about what's going on. Okay. So I was making all of these mistakes, by the way, when I started in perimenopause. I too was making these mistakes. And again, not easy. Okay. But it is doable. It is our responsibility. So number 1 is going at this whole menopause thing with the magic fix mentality. So what I mean by that is that we immediately try and skip over the hard things and we go to the easier things, okay? And I'm mainly talking about the unexpected weight gain, because that was the biggest deal for me. So definitely some mental wellness challenges for sure, some brain fog for sure. That has not gone away, but you know, I'm working on that too. Okay, but this is the unexpected weight gain, okay? And oftentimes, like, I'm starting to realize that with menopause, you know, a lot of practitioners or doctors, they approach it like they approach other diseases, okay? It's a disease. We call it a disease, or we think about it as a disease, and then we identify symptoms associated with that disease. You hear people talk menopause symptoms, okay? And then we diagnose that, and we treat that with pharmacological solutions, okay? And HRT is a big pharma solution, okay? Again, no judgment. Maybe I'll end up going on HRT, but that's just a fact. That's how it's working, okay? That's how I see it's working anyway, okay? And so I think sometimes we jump to the magic fix solution because the alternative is a little bit too hard, right? But for the sake of our health, our bodies, our children, for the sake of legacy, longevity, you know, wanting to be around, okay? And I'm not saying that HRT doesn't give you that, but for that sake, we need to be checking on our root habits. We need to be checking on the foundation that we are actually building upon inside of this menopause of where we are in our lives, okay? You need to check your foundation, because I don't care if you what you're doing, but if you're trying to build on a weak foundation, and by foundation is your lifestyle, your habits, I call it the core four method: how you eat, how you move, how you think, and how you supplement. If that's weak, then the foundation is weak. Then your long-term game is weak. Okay, that's number one. So just check your foundational habits versus jumping into the quick fixes, okay? Number two is, and this is a good one, okay? I do have notes. have notes today, okay? You can't out-hormone chronic stress. You can't out-hormone chronic stress. You can't out-hormone wine binges every night. You can't out-hormone a lack of muscle mass. You can't out-hormone a debilitated mindset that's not serving you. You can't out-hormone any of that stuff. You can't. Okay? So ignoring your stress and lifestyle factors is huge, and I see women doing it all the time, okay? So what are the stress and lifestyle factors that are affecting most women who are in this perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause phase, okay? They're the alcohol, it's the diet, it's the not enough protein. That's a huge one. That's the first thing I did. And if you want my protein fix bundle, it's brand new and it's freaking awesome. Put lots of bonuses in there. Just say fix below, okay? Not enough protein. Your sleep hygiene is crap. Okay, you're watching TV till 10:30, or you sit on your phone or whatever. Just your stress, and I get that, because estrogen goes down, cortisol goes up, and all of a sudden things that you found stressful are really stressful. Like sometimes I walk around, less now because I'm working on it, I'm working on the fundamentals. I would just walk around with this anxiety, and I'm like, what the heck am I anxious about? I don't even know what I'm anxious about, but I'm just anxious. Okay? So checking your lifestyle factors are huge. All the things that I've said. Okay? Are you actually, like, I don't even use the word exercise anymore. It's like, what is exercise? Okay? I'm out walking. I walk, 5 days out of 7. Movement's really important. But you need to lift weights, ladies. I'm sorry, but you do. Okay? Lifting weights, putting stress on your muscles and your bones. Okay? Bone health comes from muscle stress, which comes from lifting heavy things. Okay? If you're not doing that, what are you doing? You're going to end up walking around with no posture when you're 60, 70, 80. Maybe not, but you can't deny science. We know, okay? Muscle mass is imperative as you age, okay? That's another lifestyle factor to check. So all of things, you can't out-hormone a lack of baseline core fundamental habits. You can't. That's number 2, okay? And number 3, just checking my notes. Number 3 is, tracking. I've talked about tracking a lot because I talk about tracking a lot in terms of food. You can't change what you're not tracking, even if you don't have weight to lose. I highly recommend tracking, because it's not just about weight loss. It's not actually at all about weight loss, because you can lose weight eating Twinkies, sitting on the couch all day if you're at a deficit. It's about lean body composition, more muscle mass, lower body fat. You can be walking around as a skinny fat, okay? We all know that skinny fat, okay? Sure, you're skinny or you're slim, but your insides aren't looking too crash hot, okay? You need to track, but you also need to track what is actually happening in your body, right? Track your mood, track your energy levels, track your lifestyle stuff first, right? Definitely track your diet. Track like how stressful you're feeling. At what times of the day are you feeling stressful? I started to really track this whole how my gut was feeling, because I knew that my gut health was a huge part of this hashtag the last 10 that I'm on. And right now I'm probably 3 to 5 pounds into the last 10. Okay. And if you want to know exactly how I did that, just say fix below. And there's a meal mapping session associated with that as well, which is really awesome. And I know it sounds ridiculous. Like, I don't need help with my food. You probably do. And it's good to have somebody who can just check your blind spots. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I've always have coaches, right? They check your blind spots. Anyway, so tracking what's actually happening. So for me, I was like, there's something going on with my gut that's just not happening. I still feel bloated. Like, what the heck is going on? So I pinned it down to caffeine. I love coffee. I will never stop drinking coffee, but I was like, this is a problem. So I've actually been diluting my coffee down gradually, probably for about a month now. And I'll tell you what, no word of a lie, I started doing that, bam, 3 pounds down. Bam, bloating, just, okay? So another thing that I did, which is huge, that I teach my clients how to do, is the mini meal concept. So eating food before you have coffee, okay? And then track how you feel. You have to pay attention. Now, there's tons of like menopause websites out there and stuff that have like menopause questionnaires, so you can download them. If you want one of those, I think I've got a list of them somewhere. Just ask me. You can go on and they'll ask you really good questions about your symptoms. I'm not calling them symptoms, about what's going on in your body, and you can actually start tracking this stuff. Super important. So those 3 mistakes, I hope you're not making one or any of them. And remember that at any time, but especially in menopause, midlife, whatever, it may not be your fault that you're experiencing these things, but it is your responsibility to figure it out. Because, hey, if you start making some serious changes in this core 4, how you eat, how you move, how you supplement, how you think, you might just not need HRT. You might not need it. Anyway, that's me for today. Remember to say fix below or VIP below if you want a session. And yeah, here's to all and a powerful menopause experience. We'll see you next time.